this or something. Bleh! Bleh! Um, you can't completely legal. That's what I mean. It's so practically impossible to play Mother 3 with without a moral quandary. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Let's see. I guess what I'm saying is Cave Story doesn't feel like the type of game that should only have a bad feeling at the end of it. The way the game is done, it feels like there should be some way to have a better ending. Like maybe if you do some things very early and still do the really difficult ending, that you should be able to save Taroko, because by the time you would know to be able to save Taroko, you've already experienced and know what the flower petals do. Or, maybe in a modern version, you'd have, the more Undertale style of meta understanding of the player kind of game, where, you're able to. Is this the red word? Well, no, it's not. This is the lamppost world. Um, the I mean, that's another thing, is because, like, I also like Super Mario World ROM hacks. Um, Back before I started developing this more, legally on the game kind of stance, which I guess that's why I got around it as much as I did, because even then I had some ethical quandaries with it. Um, I already bought and owned. Yay! I got the Ghosty Buddy. I remember hearing about getting Ghosty Buddies. Um, Even though I had, the ethical quandaries I did, I already own Super Mario World. I've owned it on an SNES cartridge for the majority of my lifetime, like the vast majority of my lifetime. And I feel like playing ROM hacks, back when I played ROM hacks, made me love the game more than I used to. It made me care a lot for just how comfortable the controls are in that game. I mean, it has Super Mario World, to me, has some of the best physics of any 2D platformer in its era. They're not slickery. They're slickery. I knew I was gonna say it. I knew I was gonna say it beforehand. I knew I was gonna mix up slick and slippery. They're not slippery. They're The jump heights feel comfortable for the platforming that you have to do. Everything, feels really good. And so new levels to me is really awesome, and I enjoyed also getting to do pixel art when I worked on them, and playing with palettes. I find working with palettes to be a really fun thing, especially after you've already developed the level and then repaleting it to give it more mood. It was a really cool feeling to me. The that's a past life. I've walked away from a lot of those people because I don't know. I just didn't get along with the communities very well. And it was most likely my fault, but I don't know what to say about that besides that. Uh-oh. Spikes. No! You get away from me! You get away from me, lady! Oh, man. Alright, just a second. I'm seeing how this is gonna start. Oh, Big Cass is number one. But yeah, so I really liked, I really enjoyed the comfort of how well the physics were in it. Because, like, even compared to Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario Bros. 3 to me felt like it was a little slippery, more slippery. It just had, I felt like I was sliding around a little too much. And, dude, come on. Come on, dude. There we go. Buddy. Um, and then they went to 3D Mario games, for example. And I do not like 3D Mario. I don't enjoy playing 3D Mario at all. One, because they've gone to kind of a sprawling 3D World collectathon kind of thing, where it's just a little bit less charming than Banjo Kazooie. Well, no, actually, Super Mario 64 was a lot less charming than Banjo Kazooie, but one was at the beginning and one was at the end of the N64's lifespan. So, in a sense, that was bound to happen. But that was the start. I have also watched playthroughs of Mario Sunshine, and it feels similar to me in that it feels just that bit less charming. It feels more generic, and I don't find the music as appealing. And so the 3D Mario games have really just not been my thing. Um, New Super Mario World or whatever it is, the 3D one with the ending where you jump on the flagpoles, might work better for me. I don't know. Because at least it's like straightforward levels and you go to the end. But as I've mentioned before when talking to Shin, who's my most often here co-streamer, um, I don't like the pa 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 instrument at all. I feel like sometimes they use it in ways that are one, off key, and two, do not add to the music. And I find it annoying, and since you have to listen to the music sometimes for very long periods of time, it really pulls away from the games for me, especially, well, like even New Super Mario Bros. Has that. New Super Mario Bros. Wii has, whenever the Koopas dance, it makes that pa sound on the music, and I don't like that. I find that instrument very irritating, and they're obsessed with it in Mario game music now. Like every song has it somewhere in it. But there are Mario games that I love. I love the Paper Mario games. I absolutely love every single one. I have not gotten a chance to play Paper Jam yet. I believe I own it. I don't remember. I have several games over here that I need to look through and see which ones I own, which ones I don't. Um, I I have not gotten a chance to play it yet, and I don't own a Wii U, so I can't play Color Splash as much as I want to. But a Wii U's still so expensive, oh my goodness. And I don't want too many games for it, so it doesn't feel like a fair investment when I can get so many other games that I want to play on Steam. So, let's see here. My train of thought. I lost my train of thought when I was moving my headrest on my chair. Um, I even really liked Sticker Star. It wasn't my favorite of the series by any means. It had several flaws, and I understood that it definitely wasn't perfect. It's the only one I haven't 100%ed because one of the requirements to me seems just beyond tedious. To get one of the banners in Sticker Star, you have to get 10,000 excellent uh, action commands, and I beat the entire game and did literally everything else there was to do in the entire game, and only got 3,300. So I would basically have to wander around forever, like for 3 times the length of the gameplay, just getting perfect action commands, which to me is not good. I feel like they set that number way too high. Aw, bye, Salad. Take care. I'm gonna continue ranting. If you want to hear it later, go ahead. Go ahead and tune into the videos. They'll be up on YouTube eventually. I usually upload one segment of a related game per day. Let's see. So, I can see why a lot of people say Thousand Year Door was the best in the series, and I do really enjoy Thousand Year Door, especially after I figured out how to beat the game. I didn't realize you had to attack the thing when you couldn't hurt it, and so when I found out you couldn't hurt it, I tried to just War of Attrition it for a while, and if you never attack it, it won't trigger the things to let you beat the game. And I didn't know that. I didn't even a little bit know that, and so I made the game impossible for myself when I was little. Um, the one second, the my favorite one though is Super Paper Mario. And I understand why some people didn't like the path Super Paper Mario went in. I felt like it was awesome. One, even though the story is pretty standard, I really found the story very charming. I found that his story enjoyable and fun and sweet, and I really enjoyed it. I found the characters that were new to that game pretty interesting and funny, and I found the ultimate villain and the ultimate villain's domain to be awesome because, as I've said before, I enjoy surrealism. Um, So I really liked all that about it. Plus, I found the hybrid of platforming and puzzling and the RPG elements that were still in the game to be awesome. I found them great. I found it very comfortable. I found it, fun. Which that's all you can really ask for. Hey, that's Callisto. But yeah, so I found it very charming and awesome and enjoyable. Will you go away? Leave me alone. Hey, you're gonna block my path, aren't you? You suck, lady. Fine. So, 2, 1, go. But let's see here. What other games? I love Banjo Kazooie, Banjo Tooie. I fairly heavily backed Ukulele. I wanted the N64 cartridge version so bad, but it was so expensive. I guess I'll go in here. We'll see what there's to do in here. This one. Oh yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Other games. I don't know. There are certain types of Super Mario RPG, which is technically not of the Paper Mario universe, although I feel like the quirks and comedy have a lot in common with one another. And obviously the action commands and other RPG elements, I feel like they have more than a little bit in common. Even going into the sequels, even though the first one was in some ways supposed to be Super Mario RPG 2 and then became Mario Story and then eventually became Paper Mario. There are not a whole lot of games that just legitimately super mega stick with me. Especially not ones that got me to fanboy quite as much as Undertale. I have in my favorites on Steam, I have Undertale, To the Moon, which To the Moon I find adorable and charming and fantastic. And it is one of those games where, on the other end of the spectrum, everyone else found it to be, spoiler alert, everyone else found the game to be super, super depressing or sad at the end. Well, not everyone. A lot of people, like a lot of YouTubers and stuff I've seen comment on that, like, it has such a sad ending. And it's so sad. And I couldn't disagree more. I found it to be a very optimistic and happy ending. I found it great. And so I didn't understand what on earth they were talking about. But whatever. I mean, I can't do anything about that. So yeah, the list of games that I have on my favorites though is To the Moon, Undertale, um, the To the Moon side story. Oh, what's it called? Sigmund Corporation side story. Uh, Sorry, distracted for a second. Uh, Ukulele Toy Box. And is there another one? Seasons After Fall. I found Seasons After Fall awesome. I found it a little bit of a sad ending in a way by the end, but I found the art style fantastic. I found the platforming awesome. I found the story fairly charming. The Well, no, I guess it's another one of those where if you earn the good ending's pretty good. Oh, hey, what are you doing back? Man, everybody this year at the Royal Rumble is very large, except for Jack Gallagher and Kalisto, who are both essentially cruiserweights. Well, one is a cruiserweight, the other for some reason is not officially a cruiserweight since he's on the other show. He tried to win the cruiserweight championship once, and it was spoiled, and it was one of the worst worst script matches I've seen in a long time. It was weak. How do I get up to Door? How do I get up to you? I want to get up to you, Door. Well, one thing's for sure is this game is, if there is stuff that actually is cohesive and able to be found, it's tricky. I still don't know what I'm doing in a lot of cases. I might need to look up a guide to figure out if there are certain things that I need to do. But, and then we did Ori and the Blind Forest, which Ori and the Blind Forest I found spectacular. It was beautiful. It had ambience that worked well with the game itself. The motion was comfortable. It had a couple of pretty crummy platforming things you had to do that I didn't like from time to time. Some of the jumps and crap were pretty crummy, in my opinion. But what are you gonna do? So, I don't know. That's my super short input, I guess, on Ori and the Blind Forest. I found it awesome. I really liked it. I thought it was adorable and beautiful, and had some of the best two-dimensional art direction I've seen in a while in a non-pixel format, because I have a soft spot in my heart for pixel art. I love pixel art. So, just a second. Someone's. Here's what I'm looking for. Nope. I guess Dark. He was asking if anyone was streaming, and then I said I was streaming, and he never hopped in here. What's the deal? What's the deal, Dark? Now he's probably asleep. Let's see here. Other games. Other games that we did. I loved, as far as very not story-based things, I loved Monster Bash, even though it's freaking difficult for me. I'm not very good at that type of game. I loved it. I was really excited to get to experience it again. When the Apogee bundle came out on, or I guess they called it the 3D Realms collection. When they had it on, that was a humble one. That was a humble bundle. When they had it on there, I like immediately was like, I gotta figure out how to get $50. I have to figure out how to get $50. And so I did, and I bought it. And that's I mean, it was a big deal to me. I really want us to do Cosmos Cosmic Adventure at some point, but I'm horrible at straight up platformers, like absolutely terrible at straight up platformers. And Shin didn't like it, so I'll have to get Izzy to do it. So, what am I catching on? Is there a thingy here? Nope, it's just there's a spot where those intersect you can't get past. Let's see here. Let's see. What else is there to do here? I don't want to go back through the door. There's got to be something else to do in here. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the surrealism of this, but I really don't know what you're supposed to do. There's a lot of stuff left to explore that I haven't gotten to explore, but I don't know how to unlock the other paths. I don't know where the other paths are, actually. I can't find them. See, like, I can't figure out how to get up there. That's one of the only ones I've found where it is, but I have no idea how to get up to it. Um, Other games, other games. I kind of like having a game that's this simple, though, to play every once in a while, because I get to kind of stream of consciousness, which I don't do too well when I'm focusing. And so, obviously, that's a totally different type of situation. Let's see. I've been here too, haven't I? Does this lead anywhere? Or can you just walk through it like a tunnel? Nope, it's just a tunnel. Let's see. I feel like I'm just going in a loop at this point. Maybe I will have to exit this region and go to a different one, but I gotta find the door first. I don't want to do the whole pinch me and warp me back to the beginning thing. I feel like maybe if I walk past something else... Nope, I'm just straight up looping. Let's see here. Other games. Other games. I really am impressed by the ambience of the Metroid games, but they're not really a game I'm very good at. I'm not good at a Metroidvania style thing. I enjoy games that have a collection percentage, but ones where you have to collect certain things to get other things, I forget to go back and look for them, and so I never will 100% something like that, it seems. And also, I don't know, it's just also a game I'm not very good at doing. Metroidvanias in general are typically ones I leave for my pals. Both of them really like Metroidvanias. I enjoy watching Metroidvanias, but I'm not very good at playing them. Let's just see. Oh, there's the door. Um, let's see here. Hmm. Can I do anything with you? Hmm. Let's see. Hmm. Well, that's one. Okay, so like I said, I'm watching Royal Rumble at the same